Hi everybody. I just thought I'd stop for just a minute and chat with y'all, see how y'all's doing. Let's see here. I gotta turn this camera enough to where it doesn't show too much of my mess. I keep thinking about tidying up this place, but every time I tidy things up, I lose things, can't find things. And then I just find things better when everything's in mountains, because I know which mountain, Mount Scrapmore or Mount Junkmore, which mountain it is in. So, excuse my mess. Now, I just slobbered on myself. See what I did? I fixed my hair this morning. I put on a little bit of makeup. I put on a necklace. All because I was going to do this here little video. Now, some people get all prettied up just for their videos, but if I do that every time, I wouldn't have the energy left to do a video. So, I did not have time to fix my nails, so now I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4 nails. I might do nails later on this afternoon. I do, if you can smell, I did put on some essential oil, perfumey kind of stuff. That's nice. Okay, anyway, the reason I'm here is most of you know that I'm not very good at finishing projects. I really try, but I don't finish them in a nice amount of time. There are some crafters that absolutely, they'll start a project and work on it till it's finished, and then it's finished, and then they start another. Not this old woman here. Not this old woman. But I have found something that I love so much that I think I can take a little project, work on it until it's finished. Yeah, hard to believe, isn't it? Okay, but anyhow, I'm going to put you down to the showroom floor, and then I'm going to switch. I gotta do that. This is the showroom floor, and then I'm going to go like this. There we go. So, is that right? No, that's not right. Yeah, that's right. I want you to be able to kind of see what I'm looking at here. But then if I do that and then turn up to me, that I'm dead. I mean, upside down. But anyhow, I don't want you to see me anyway. Even though I did put on makeup and put on my hair. Yeah. Okay, these I have gotten into loving felted wool scraps, and I am loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm having so much fun with it. And so what I want to do, this is my plan. Let me just show you my plan. I have got these large sheets of felt. Now this isn't wool felt, this is just the regular felt like you can buy over to the Walmart. Although this was sent to me by my friend Trucker Janie. These sheets of felt are 18 inches by 12 inches. So they're quite large. And folded in half, they're 12 by 9. 9 by 12. This will make a nice sized journal. Slow stitching, miniature art journal. And that's what I want to do. Slow stitching, miniature art. This one's thick. I don't know if it might be wool. I don't know. But anyhow, this is what I'm going to use for the pages. I'm not yet sure exactly what I'm going to... Now, this whole journal isn't what I'm going to finish in one fell swoop. What I'm going to do, this is what I'm doing. With my wool, this is all wool. And I just stitch together some pieces. And whatever it ends up is what it's going to be. And then when I get pieces done, I am going to stitch them into my journal when I finish different pieces. Like this one here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of circles put onto this little piece of wool. It's about 2 inches by somewhere. And that's what I want to do. This is my goal for this book. So I have a few different small pieces, and I didn't really know what I was going to do with the small pieces at first, and some of them are a little bit bigger than small. Okay, but I think what I'm going to do now though is just all small pieces. So, but like this is what I'm going to do with them though. I'll take and put, like this one's a little larger, so I might put that one in here like this way. And what I'll do is I'll maybe do a page like that. But this is the part, the little pieces, the small art pieces are what is going to be what I can do one and finish it and put it into my collection. Do one and finish it. And so, and I love stitching on wool. Your needles just slide through the patches, through the wool. Now see, this one's quite large. I might put that one on a page. Now see, this is one of my miniature. Oh, and then this is one I showed you yesterday that I take the out cut, where I cut the circles out on my using a steel rule die. But then I've got these circles, then I've got this leftover piece here. And so here on the back I've got a piece of green wool, and I just use the out cut of the circles, because here's like one of the circles that come out of it. And so, but then I use some of the die cuts in here too, like this little heart and this little circle. And then I put some bullion right here. I did the bullion tendrils in there. I'm getting a little better at them, the bullion tendrils. This one here, I put just doubled up a button. And first I was thinking I need to get them in the center. Then I thought, no, I don't. If I offset them on purpose, like this is offset, it kind of looks a little bit better, I think. And so I offset it a little bit, and then you know that it wasn't tried to be centered. Now this heart I tried to center and then tried to center the button. Well, the button isn't really centered. The heart is pretty much centered. But by putting them off center on purpose, then it looks good. And then this is one that I showed you before. It's just a whole lot of, I used felt on the back, but then I used a whole lot of different just scrap pieces of wool, and then used the my Sashiko thread, because that is, I think it's turned out to be my signature thread that I use, is just always using Sashiko thread, and the variated colors. I get that in Amazon. Okay, I need to start putting links to what I get, because I get questions. Okay, then, now this one here as well was a outcut of 2 little hearts. So, for this one's got like almost 3 layers, because I first stitched this pink on the back behind the outcuts of the hearts, and then, but it didn't cover the whole back, so then I put another piece just on the back and then stitched all the way around. And I like that, and I call that finished, see? So it didn't take long, and it's finished. And this one here is just a couple pieces. I'm going to find something to cover this up, to decorate this one, and like maybe I'll do like this way and stitch that all the way around. And then this one here, I just took a square and I just put odd pieces. And then I just stitched those on, just the odd pieces. And this one here, it's an odd geometrical shape. I left those 2 strings right there because I think what I want to do is hang a charm on there. And some of these I might still put a button on the middle or a charm in the middle or something. I might somewhere on each one before I actually stitch them on. And so then, and I've got quite a few already, so I've already got like pieces that I can put onto my you know, and then as I arrange them on the page, I can arrange them. Now see here, I stitched on already these 2 hearts. I stitched on, that's all I've got. I might not leave this that shape. I might cut it into a square, but I like that shape, so I might not. I might just start adding just some more wool of different shapes. Boy, I like this wool. It's just something I really like working with these days. And so maybe I would do this and stitch them on using this same, just a little whip stitch is what I got. Some of the things I used, like this one here, I used the buttonhole stitch or the blanket stitch, same thing. And so but look at, if I put a page like this, look at this, how just the way they're cut. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this piece like this, and I'm gonna work on this one today, I think sometime today. But and like this one here, oh, I just am just enamored with these things. I just and so I think that's what I'm going to do is, and like I told you yesterday, I have been watching Jerry Bellini lately a lot. I've watched her for years, but she started working a lot with wool, and so then that really got my attention. And so I've been watching more of her videos that she actually works with wool. And so I get a lot of inspiration from her. If you've never watched Jerry Bellini, I'll put her link down below too, so you guys can look her up if you want to, because she does a lot of different things. She's a lot like I am. She does a lot of different things. She's thinking about starting some live streams now. But, I mean, she's done live streams before, but it's been a while. And so, and those would be some live streams that I would enjoy watching. But now see this one here, I think this one, I don't feel like it's finished, but if I put it on a background like this and stitch all the way around, then I would call that one finished. So pretty, so pretty. But I've got wool to work with. This is like my wool collection. In this drawer, I've got so much. I've got so much now because I accidentally ordered some more off of eBay. And the ones I got today, they're come in a lot of different sizes. And so, but I got a lot of long strips and a lot of, and these long strips like this are neat because if this one's about 2 inches wide, so I could make a lot of 2-inch squares out of that and have them to have those to with to make small little art projects. And like this one here, that's 2 squares right there. And I might use those 2 squares as, and there's so many different things, different wools gosh, I love them so much. But well, gosh, I'm not even showing them to you. But anyhow, I'm happy with that. And then like this, I had cut this off of something else, but I'm not going to throw that away because, see, now look at this piece of red. Let me just move my not a biscuit. Good grief, where do these words come from? I just spilled that box. Okay, I'll pick it up. But see, like this, if I take that piece, just leave that piece just like it is, and maybe take this piece, stitch it to the bottom. Oh, one thing I might do is, like I learned from Jerry Bellini, was she's leaving, because she's doing a book too. She's doing, what is she calling her book? I can't remember. But it's got like dots and stuff. She's leaving edging around each one. So like if I want this at the bottom, I wouldn't put it all the way to the bottom. I would put it like this way. And then this leaves this piece where I can stitch that to the substrate or the page that I'm going to use. And so yes, it's just, everything is going to be, I'm excited. I'm excited about this. Yeah, see, like this one here, I did first, just did this little square and then stitched that square onto a background, which it like puts a little frame on there. And so even like some, like this, if I was to cut another piece, if I were to cut, let's see, here, look at this. Now, if I was to put this on here, put this to here, and that's just the right width right there. And then if I cut this right here, and then cut it down here, then don't throw that little piece there away for nothing. Don't throw that one away, because every little tiny piece can get used, like in this piece that I showed you here. Any tiny little bitty piece, because these ones, even that little piece right there, that's just a little bitty tiny piece. And but I like this right here, even just for starters. And that's what you can do. The thing too with a felt, with the wool, when you just lay things around and just they stick right there, you know, they just are planted in. Gosh, maybe I could just even put this like this, that little corner, put that right there. And there, look at that one. If I don't put any more on there but this, any more but that would be beautiful, just to get it all stitched. And now, right now, like I say, I'm using my Sashiko colored thread. This is what I use. I just have it hanging on a hook over here, and I'm putting that all in. But now when I look at this, maybe if I was to even put a blind stitch in there where you don't see the stitch, I might eventually do something like that. Then I found this piece. I think this is flint. Look at that piece. Ooh, gosh, is that beautiful. Is that beautiful or what? It is beautiful. Gosh, if I was to take this and then, okay, let's put that away. This is flannel, I believe. But this came from a friend that sent me some fabric scraps. But if I were just to take, like, look at this little dog right here. If I take that dog right there and just cut the dog, oh, and I'll cut his bone with him too. Let's see what we can do with him. Isn't he a, oh, I'm sorry. he's a cute little doggy. And just that dog right there. Look how cute. Now, on a page, if I have, when I start putting, it could go on just a one of the independent little squares, or I could put it right on the edge of a page here to be peeking to look at all the art. Either way. But I think now that I cut him out there, I think I would find me a little pea, and like this is the shape that this came in, and so I could maybe cut it into a symmetrical shape, or I could leave it just as it is, and I could start adding things right to that, just right to that. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. You look at this here. I could make this, and that could be a tree. That could be a tree. And then I could take another little piece to be the stem of the tree, like this. Just, like this. It's a tree. The tree trunk. And the little doggy. I could put that there. And then I could, maybe then I could stitch on some little, I could do some French knots on there. Or I could take some little seed beads and sew them on the tree. And then I could put some clear beads and put them up here, and it might be the sky. Or I could put a black background, and that would, or dark blue background. And then that would really be like the sky. And so there's so many things you can do, and doing them small. Work small, work in miniature. And if you work in miniature, then you get a finished project done in just a little bit of time. Just a little tiny bit of time, and you got a finished project. And so, and if you all still have steel rule dies, I know a lot of people kind of got rid of their steel rule dies because they take just a lot more space to store. But hopefully you didn't get rid of them. Hopefully you still have them, and you can die cut, and it doesn't have to be wool. You can use, I want to die cut some denim as well and make some things out of denim. Or if you have the felt that you get at, the felt sheets that you get from Walmart, or the inexpensive ones, those are still wonderful to work with. And I like this idea of stacking these up, which this is what they called them, penny rugs back in the day. They would put these together, and just a whole bunch of them together, and then tack them together as you make them, and make a penny rug. Some of them put a backing on them, some of them didn't. But it's just, but now I'm really liking the idea, since I've been sitting here. Let's see, which ones didn't spill here. Now, like, oh yeah, got quite a bit of black. I'm glad that there was black in this last order, because see, now see this black piece, and that one's a little narrow, so let's see, but there's more in here in this little box. Oh yeah, this is good. Man, I had all that meat in there at one moment. But if I take this, put that on the black background, and then trim around and make a frame. I think I like that even better. Now that it's like framed with the black. And then when you lay it down on a piece on the page, then it makes it pop even a little bit more by having that black. And once I stitch around this, put this green and stitch it onto the black, might have should made that a little bit bigger, but instead of doing that, I can go and just cut this a little bit smaller. Oops, I don't stay in frame, do I? Okay, there you go. That puts a little bit more of the black. And I like that a lot. I like that a whole lot. And so this is what I'm going to be doing to keep myself busy and out of trouble. And I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do for a cover on these. And I'll most likely use one of these sheets of felt also for the cover, and maybe use one of my larger pieces that I did as for the front of the cover. That's probably what I'll do. So I don't know if I have a piece of black. I don't know if I do. I'll have to look. But a darker color for the cover, and then do like a blanket stitch all the way around. That would be kind of cool. That's what I think I might end up doing. But for today, though, that's just what I wanted to tell you. I just wanted to tell you what I was doing. But do I have my? Oh yeah, I do have my needle threaded. And so, and I think just about any needle is good to work with. Oh, I want to tell you too about, I've mentioned her before, Arlene Zurcher. Arlene, is that her name? Ariane Zurcher. She has a channel that she does a lot of real fun things with. She uses wool as well. She uses a lot of different things, but she does a lot of real fancy art projects. Not too fancy for us though, because we's fancy. We's fancy is forever. But she shows a lot of stitches, like where the bullion that's where I learned that. I learned that from her, and I just watched her yesterday make a bullion circle, just a little circle out of the bullion stitch. And she's got some really good videos. She even takes us for walks around New York City, different places. She also took us along with her to when she went to Paris, and so that was fun. But anyway, she's a fun one to watch too, and it's fun to learn a lot of the stuff she teaches. I think she actually teaches real classes too, if I'm not mistaken. And so, see, now I'm trying to do a little blanket stitch around, and you know what? Every time I do a blanket stitch, I feel like I do it different, because I'm not real sure about the real rules of anything. And so I kind of fake it until I make it, I guess I make up my own stitches is actually what I do. Wait a minute, how did I do this? Oh yeah, then this is to go here. Okay, because I never know where I should pull my needle out of. But then I relearn it, and everything is all good. Okay, so everything here in my life today is good. I slept late. Oh, I got a new trash can in my bathroom. Oh, this is interesting. But I had a really big trash can in my bathroom. Well, it was one of them 13-gallon things. And then I thought, no, I don't want that in there anymore because it's too big, and then it doesn't get emptied as often as it should, and then it didn't have a lid on it. And so then I was thinking about odor control. Yeah, if you're like me and you wear disposable undergarments, yeah, well then the odor in there kind of sometimes gets a little not. So anyway, I bought a small one. It's only a 5-gallon trash can, but it's battery operated. Have you ever heard of a battery operated trash can? But it's got a battery in there. It's got batteries in there. So all you have to, and so it's got a tight fitting lid. And so all you have to do is dangle your trash over the top of it for a second, and the lid will open. Then you drop your trash, whatever your trash is, which you probably know what mine is, and you put it in there, and then it stays open for like 10 seconds, and then it'll close. I haven't showed it yet to Kaya. She's going to love it. She's going to think it's a toy. But anyhow, yeah, I guess you all didn't need to know that. All that information. And so, but anyhow, I'm excited for my new trash can. But then I also bought some charcoal filters that you just stick in the top of the lid. And that's supposed to be good too. Man, somebody is cooking. I don't know. I bet my daughter's cooking something. My beautiful daughter. And so anyhow, but then that smell comes wafting back here in my room. And then it makes me instantly hungry. What time is it? Oh, is it already 3:30? Holy macassino, holy smackaginois. That's pretty late. She must be cooking dinner. Everybody takes turns cooking dinner around here. I think that's awesome. But anyhow, see, so that's what I'm doing, is I'm just stitching this piece to the black piece. And I'm doing like, oh, this one, this is the blanket stitch around these three as well, but this top thread is actually on the at the bottom thing, at the bottom. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, I'm doing this all messy. Okay. See, if I talk while I'm stitching, I can't hardly do it. Well, it's not messy. It's going to stay just the way it is because it's my art. It's mine, and that's what we do. It's you. If it's your art, then you just go with your bad self. And let's read something, because I have to hang up the phone now because I want to stitch, and I can't hardly stitch and chatter at the same time. Let's see what we want to read. I think of you and I pray for you too. Often during a busy day, I pause for a minute to silently pray. I mention the names of those I love and treasured friends I'm fondest of. For it doesn't matter where we pray if we honestly mean the words we say. For God is always listening to hear the prayers that are made by a heart that's sincere. And you know, this is what I do sometimes when I'm just, oh look here, I wrote, be the change you want to see in the world. I like to just write my little quotes in here and there and everywhere. But a lot of times when I just stop to send prayers or hopes or thoughts, which those are all prayers, I just will list names. And it's like I can start listing names and I can come up with 100 names in a while. And so upside down, right side up. Okay. And you know, and God understands. God understands what we feel. He understands, or she, or it. I just watched something that was discussing if God was a person or a energy or a spirit or a what. And so if it's a he or a she, I keep thinking, well, before the universe, there wasn't no chairs for him to sit on. So how could he have like a butt? I feel like he was a big old, like a water balloon, just floating and thinking, and coming up with all these ideas. He thought of elephants. He thought of little mice. He thought of us. He thought of trees. He thought of rivers. He thought of everything. And when that balloon got so big, full of his ideas, that it just exploded. And now if you think about those scientists that goes back and they try to think back as far as they can think, they come back with a Big Bang Theory. Maybe they're right. Big Bang. Okay, that's it. I'm just such a chatterbox. Okay, I'm now going to turn you loose. I'm going to ask God to watch over you. Every step you take, every move you make, and keep you safe and secure and happy and humble and healthy. And no matter what in the world happens today, stay another day. Okay, God bless. And where's my mom? Oh, there it is. And there's my mouse. Okay.